Mr. B, what do you want? You want more Betty Wub? You want more Betty Wub? Okay, I give you more Betty Wub. You want more? You want more Betty Wub? You want more Betty Wub? Okay, I give you more Betty Wub. You want more? That you're asking for more? More? You're so cute, Mr. B. And for a dog that doesn't like to roll over on his back very much, you're very cute. You're very cute. Are you all done? All done. What do you want? What are you doing? Eating plastic off of a plastic toy? How about you don't eat it? Yeah, no, I'm gonna throw that away. Good afternoon, guys, and happy Tuesday, Wednesday to all of your sunshiny faces. It's Wednesday. Tomorrow is Halloween, guys, and I don't know if you guys can tell outside, but no, you can't. We got like probably, I don't know how much to measure snow. We got more than a dusting of snow. Not like we got a lot of snow, but we have like maybe, I thought somewhere someone said like 2 inches. So I'm gonna take that measurement and be like, okay, that's what 2 inches looks like. I think we're supposed to get another 2 inches tomorrow as well. So we're supposed to have like 4 inches for Halloween. At least that's what I thought I heard. But it looks like it's maybe at least like a good, like I said, probably more than a little bit of a dusting. I'm going to take the dogs out, which I think my mom took Bliss out maybe this morning, but at least the puppies have never had a backyard where they've been able to run around in the snow. I mean, like, they were out in the, like, you know, in our little tiny fenced in area when it snowed out and stuff like that. Basically, it was the deck and like a little tiny like run off. They really didn't ever get to like go out and play in the snow. So I thought it would be fun to record, to actually like see what they do in the snow and stuff like that, because again, they've been out in the snow, they know what it's like, but they've never had like a big, like, they can run and just like play in the snow. Because Bliss's favorite thing when we used to have her on a leash in the backyard, because we had a fenced in yard, but there was like boards and stuff like that that were falling around all over the place before we got the new fence this last year. But back before we had the puppies, we used to put Bliss out just like on a chain in the backyard, and so she used to, her favorite thing to do was run, and like while she's running like full speed, just scoop up a whole like bunch of snow in her mouth and then just keep running. There's not enough really to do that, but I still want to see how they react. So this is the first snow of the year, which is ridiculous because it is not even the end of October, guys. And I know I said that. I was like, honestly, I don't mind if it's cold. Like, I mean, we didn't start getting cold weather until literally October anyway. And I was like, you know what? I'm okay with, you know, if it wants to be cold in October, you know, we have some really cold days and we have some other days that are, you know, maybe a little warmer, like 60s and stuff like that. So like, that's totally fine, you know, for October. But I did not want snow this early. Like, we have snow already and it stinks. Especially because Halloween's tomorrow and we've got snow, and it really, really, really stinks because, not that I'm going to be outside, but we have 400 pieces of candy, and I feel like we're going to give out maybe 100 pieces of candy. Like, I don't even think there's going to be hardly enough kids that are going to wind up going out trick-or-treating. Like, I mean, maybe, like, you know, like if you have like little kids, like you take them maybe around the block, you know, and stuff like that. And maybe if it's nice weather, you're like, hey, I don't mind staying out. But if it's rainy, snowing, crummy, cold, freezing cold out, like, you're not going to be doing that. Like, I know that that was how, like, you know, when Jack was little, and even Matthew too, I remember my parents were like, okay, we're just going around the block. And then like they'd, like, my grandma might have taken me and Matthew out like when we were older, or just me, like, you know, by myself. But I remember being like, why do we have to go back, like, you know, and stuff like that. But it was like raining out and like just really cold and stuff like that, and just nasty, like the little kids would always end up going back, and we'd, you know, stay out. A lot of times we'd end up going with a group of friends. We were like really little, but again, it was kind of that same thing. Like, one mom would normally stay back at a house with like all the little ones and give out candy from whatever house we were at, because we were normally in, a lot of times in our area, and we normally go with like 4 families, and 3 of them all lived around here. 1 didn't really live over here. Normally it was kind of like, you know, my grandma would come with too, because it was normally our church like group, and my grandma she was a Sunday school teacher, and so like all the little kids, like, you know, that we would end up going with were all, you know, she had them in her Sunday school class and stuff like that. And it was normally like me, and then two of the girls were like around my same age, and then most of the other ones were like little ones, but then some of them were like little babies, and again, they wouldn't stay out normally all that long. Somebody would wind up bringing like one of the babies back somewhere until they kind of got older. But yeah, so that's why it kind of stinks. I feel like we're not going to have a lot of kids, especially if the weather's really bad. And I told you guys too, kind of our dilemma with where our house is situated. It seems like people always tend to pass over our house for some reason. Like I'll be like, oh look, there are trick-or-treaters, and then they'll keep walking, and then they just go like to our neighbor's house. I was like, okay, just, you know, whatever, that's fine. So we already have that problem. But now it's like, you know, but it's so weird though, because some years we can get just a ton of kids and be like, oh my gosh, we literally ran out of candy. And then other times we're like, oh my gosh, we still have like 2 bags of candy left, you know. And so I don't know, guys, but I will show you guys the dogs outside. You guys want to go outside? Who wants to go outside? You guys want to go outside? Yeah, outside. Wait, in the snow? Okay, yeah, the snow's outside. Alright guys, well now as you can clearly see, it looks like a lot of it has turned into sort of slush and such, but it's all, yeah. Just like really sad though too, because our grass needed to be mowed at least one more time before, like, you know, the end of the year pretty much. But yeah, it looks like, I feel so bad. I just showed you guys those flowers and everything the other day, and now everything is all cold and snowy and stuff like that. Some of the plants will do pretty good in the snow still, like if we don't get too much, but here they go, they're ready to play. Are you guys excited about the snow? They do this anyway. I don't know if this is just a snow thing or just them excited about nonsense. Oh, you guys don't really seem to pay much attention to it. You guys do this when you're in the backyard anyway. Oh my. Alright, Blitz, are you ready to eat? Yep, ready to eat. You love the snow? You love the snow. You're like a snow dog. These two, I don't know that you guys care so much. Oh, Rob, you're all wet. You gotta go to the bathroom? So as you guys obviously saw earlier, it's much later now, but earlier the snow, I don't know, I think we maybe had like 2 inches earlier today. Obviously when you guys saw, it was like melting somewhat. But it's supposed to literally snow, I think, from like maybe mid-morning to like early afternoon or something like that, all the way until like Halloween trick-or-treating time tomorrow. It's supposed to like snow like literally just about all day tomorrow, I think. So I got these on clearance last year, these Funfetti cupcakes and some Funfetti frosting that doesn't its best by date is not until December of this year. So I got it last year on clearance after Halloween, and I was like, you know what, it can stay in the pantry till this year. So I have some of that, and then I'm gonna make those tomorrow. And then I was also gonna make pumpkin spice cookies. I didn't really feel like it. My mom was like, she actually saw it sitting out on the table along with that, and she's like, why don't you not make the cookies and just make those for tomorrow? Because my mom had just made some cookies yesterday, and then also too because she's like, you can just save those and make them for, you know, like a different time in November, you know, it's still fall out. So that's why I was like, okay, it's a good thing she said that, because I wasn't in love with the idea of making cookies. I'm actually currently watching the World Series game right now. Not that I totally care who wins. It's not like it's like the Cubs or anything like that. But earlier today, what I did end up doing, guys, was I did go outside into the freezer and I organized the outside freezer, which I am so happy that I ended up doing, because I told you guys that was just a huge, like, a looming cloud kind of over my head of things that I needed to do. So actually though, I think that was the smartest thing, because I was like, you know what, I just need to go and do it. Like, the more I think about it, I was like, the more I'm sort of stressing myself out over the whole thing. And so I was like, you know what, just go get it done. I went outside when my dad was actually working out outside anyway, and I was like, I'm just gonna go and get it done. So I did have to throw some stuff away. Some stuff was kind of had freezer burn on it, but for the most part I was able to go through everything. I made a list of everything that is out in the outside freezer right now. Honestly, unless we have like tons and tons and tons of multiples of things, like sometimes when we buy waffles, because they used to have like really great deals at Valley Produce where they were like 99 cents, so I used to end up buying you know, like a bunch at a time over a few weeks. I did that sometime maybe around last year and like early on into this year. We only had 2 boxes left out in the freezer, but normally we'd leave, like, again, I probably had close to like 10 boxes at one point, leave them outside in the outside freezer and only bring 1 box in, and Jack would normally have them for breakfast, and then when he was out we'd just go grab another one from the outside freezer, bring it in, and he'd have those for breakfast again as well. So again, worked out really well and everything like that. I don't like having really anything else, again, other than if it's like an overflow of, we just have a lot of this stuff and we have like at least one in the inside freezer already. I don't like to have a lot of excess stuff in that outside freezer other than freezer dinners that are already pre-made to go. The like convenient foods, you know, like little pizza bagels and stuff like that. My mom gets some of that stuff at the dollar store. I think I have maybe 2 of those vegetarian lasagnas from Aldi left in the inside freezer. You know, some of those things that are just convenient foods sort of thing are in the inside freezer. And like, I will leave my mom, if I have got chicken breast and ground beef frozen for her, that will normally stay in the inside freezer so that she can just grab it, and she doesn't have to be like, do we have this? You know, and all that kind of stuff, and then send me out to the outside freezer to go check to see if we have it, whether or not we do or not. You know, then I've got to go and try and hunt it down and or find it. So I ended up, again, reorganizing it. I will probably do a freezer tour maybe on my Killing It with Coupons channel at some point. Probably not super soon, but maybe within the next few months. Once I, again, maybe start getting a little bit more stuff. And then I'm debating right now, because it's only like 9 o'clock. I kind of want to go and wash my hair right now, and then maybe like finish watching the end of the baseball game, and maybe organize the inside freezer, or maybe do it tomorrow and the fridge tomorrow. So the reason that I feel like now having the outside freezer organized is a little bit better is that I know certain things that, like, I think I counted 3 chicken breasts for barbecue chicken. So I know I have 3 chicken breasts for that, and I'm pretty sure I have like 5 or something bottles of barbecue sauce in the pantry. And that was one of the things I needed to try and pair up. Okay, I have this, it's supposed to go with this, or I need this to make that. And I didn't know what I had out there and what I needed, you know, and that kind of thing. So again, I felt like one of the problems that I couldn't get to doing the pantry first was because I needed to first do the outside freezer. So now that the outside freezer is done, I feel like it's a little bit better now for me to get to the inside, you know, the pantry and all that kind of stuff organized. And literally starting to go through it, I was like, okay, this can go in that spot, that can go in that spot now. I was just kind of going through this cabinet over here. But then, like I said too, I was thinking about, oh, maybe I can do the inside freezer right now, but I was like, maybe I want to save that for tomorrow to do during Halloween, only because I don't want to pull all of the cabinets out with all of this stuff and all of the you know, the cans of things off the pantry and put them all on the table and counters and stuff like that, and try and organize all that right now, or do it tomorrow just because of Halloween and stuff like that. And I don't want to do all that and have a completely messy, disorganized house full. There are people, you know, coming in. Matthew will be home tomorrow too, you know, coming in and out, whereas the refrigerator is an easy thing to clean if I am doing that during the day tomorrow or afternoon, even when, you know, trick-or-treating time starts and stuff like that, and cleaning out the freezer. But the inside freezer actually for the most part isn't too bad. I kind of, which was literally, guys, too, for dinner tonight, we ended up going through and I was like, hey, because I brought, like I said, the last 2 things of the waffles inside. So I was like, hey guys, you know what? I got some stuff for my dad to eat that was in the freezer. I got some stuff for Jack to eat. I had some stuff out of the freezer to eat. So literally we ended up just kind of eating out of like the freezer stuff. But again, Most of the time I will try and do like, again, instant or like more fast makeable food in here and that kind of thing. So like I think there's some chicken tenders that are like open. I think there was maybe a bag of like chicken nuggets, you know, just that kind of thing. Like if Jack wants to have a snack when he gets home from school, or again like instant kind of just like, oh, I'll have this for dinner or for lunch or something like that, that I don't really have to think about. I don't like having frozen vegetables in the inside freezer in the house, only because like 9 out of 10 times I end up using it for a freezer dinner anyway. And so keeping it outside with the freezer dinner stuff, or for things that I know I'm going to be using for the freezer dinner eventually. Whereas if I leave it in here, my mom will end up using it for something else. And I was like, I got these peas to make that freezer dinner or something like that or whatever. So a lot of times I like to put those outside, but I don't know. At least right now they're in here because again, I haven't organized this. But this one, although it is a little stuff, it's not too crazy bad. And like that's why I don't like having like these things out in the outside freezer. Like I don't know, my mom or dad bought these, but like this in a chest freezer gets lost and you will never find it again. Like honestly, it does have like a little like basket kind of thing, like, you know, the wire basket sort of that you can put on the top. That's where I keep the smaller freezer dinners that will get lost. But having this stuff just thrown, like little things thrown in the bottom of the freezer, you will never find it again. So that's why I like to have the big freezer dinners out in the like the chest freezer outside, and just little things in the inside freezer in here. So yeah, guys, like I said, I did need to make room though, which is why we ended up eating stuff, because I ended up bringing these in. So Jack can have those for breakfast. And then also too, like this stuff, I think this might have been from, we were babysitting, the little boy we were babysitting for. I think his mom brought these for him for breakfast and he didn't like them or didn't finish them or something like that. So we do have some stuff that's in here for Jack to have for breakfast, and he normally eats that stuff up pretty quick. So this will be somewhat gone through a little bit more, but again, it does need to be organized a little bit too, because like I don't really know what's in here, and I do need to figure that out. The other thing too that I get upset sometimes, oh, my mom did label this, but sometimes there's like stuff in here that's not labeled, and I'm like, okay, we have to guess what that was. Literally just ended up making the other day chili. She's like, oh, this is chili, and I think she thought that there was a second bag of chili in there. She didn't label it. It turned out to be chili beans like she made for like a barbecue one time along with chili. So it was like a sweet chili, I guess. But she ended up making that for dinner one night and combined 2 bags of chili, or I think it was maybe 2 bags of chili and a bag of chili beans, that again she had made and froze but didn't mark it. And so it's like, that's the kind of stuff like I can't guess what this is. It looks like chili, but I honestly don't know. And so sometimes, like I said, she'll throw extra stuff in the freezer, and then sometimes it sits in here because nobody knows what it is. And like, you know, like I said, it's just sometimes gets really like messy and disorganized sometimes too. So I felt really good though about getting that done for today and organized and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what I can get done for tomorrow. But like I said, actually Jack just snuck into the shower right now, so I'm probably gonna take one in maybe a little bit, but I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.